Hello, sister friends. It's so good to see you all. Welcome to Tuesday night. I'm very excited. There I go. I intentionally started this thinking, don't sing, Jenny, don't sing. I did it anyway. Can't help it. I do it all day long. I'm here alone in the house. I sing everything. Oh, goodness. I'm going to ask my daughter. I hope that wasn't too loud. I'm going to ask my daughter if she sees singing as a boomer thing. Not a boomer. I think I'm 1 year away from it, but technically not a boomer. So excited to be here. I think it was a good episode. What do you think? Let me know. I'm going to take a look in the chat and say hi to some people, and then we will jump right in. All right, who has been here? Let's see. Sherry's been here for an hour. Hey, Sherry. I'm going to click on these. See, I remembered. And Danny's been here for an hour too. Hi, Danny. Number 20, and that was an hour ago before we started. That's amazing. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for being here. Thanks for moderating. Knit My Bit. Good to see you. All right. Lynn reminds us of the rules of this, I was going to say podcast. I guess it is a podcast. Is it really a podcast or is it a vlog? Because there's a video involved. Anyway, I should know this. I'm doing it. The rules are no politics and no warnings. We are here for entertainment and friendship. So please be nice to each other. Please watch your language and have a great night. Woohoo! Yes, very good. Tina Sim-Steinbeck, hello and welcome. Miss Ohm, hey y'all. Elizabeth Murphy, hello. Sherry, good to see you. Let me get a couple more before I keep going. Carol Dornoff, hello. Betty B, hi. Let's see. JL Carpenter, good to see you. Joanna Fullerton, hi. Very windy in Scotland. It's always very windy in Scotland, isn't it? Are you in the basin area there? Gosh, I should know the name of it. My daughter just went there for 10 days. That's where she stayed. She said it was windy, but she loved it. Oops, I jumped ahead. Oh boy, my chat. No me gusta. Okay, I wonder if my chat's gonna look different. I have StreamYard now. And I've been working on it. I try to get it going on Sunday night. There's a glitch I'm wondering if maybe the problem is I have a couple YouTube channels, like my personal one and then the other one you guys know about. So I wonder if maybe I was on the other one when I signed up. I don't know. They're all under the same email address though. So it's like I can click from one to the other and switch accounts. Anyway, that might be the glitch, and I was hoping to have it resolved by tonight. But I didn't, but it's going to save me so much time. I don't think it's going to look too different for you guys, but hopefully it's going to solve the problem when we hit those stagnant times. I never knew if it was the internet, my Spectrum, or the OBS software that I have to stream through, or if it was YouTube. Like, there's so many factors involved, and this gets rid of a lot of that. As well as all the things you see here, this up here and this down here. These are all like plugins and extra stuff I have to add and update and all that. And the StreamYard's going to have it all in there. So I'm thinking things should go a lot smoother. I'm excited about it. All right. What is this thing that says goal? Make a super chat more fun with a goal. Pick a goal to engage with people. I don't know if people want to do that or not. If you want to send a super chat, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you I have a goal to hit a certain number. That feels odd to me. Okay. Let's see. We were saying hi to Betty and Carol and JL. We saw Elizabeth. Tracy, good to see you. Welcome. If I miss anyone, I'm sorry. I'm just going to try to get a couple here right at the beginning as I do my chatting. Aunt B. Hi, Aunt B. All right. I'll do 3 more. Let's see. A lot of people talking to each other. Joni, good to see you, Joni. Saw Joni on Sunday night too. Tracy's Fractured History and More. Hi. Rogue. Hello, Rogue. All right. And Jelly Ugandan. Oh, Ugandan Knuckles. Ugandan Knuckles 2. When I click on it, it grays out, so it's harder for me to read. I need to read it before I click it. Sorry. It makes me... and Carrie Ball. Okay. Hello to you all. I will later on be going through and reading the names of all of our big supporters and exclusive SOS supporters. And every supporter of the channel, which are all our members. I should call them members, not supporters, because they are supporters, but you're a member. The members are all listed up here. So all exclusive SOS supporters, all of the big supporters, and all of the Keep the Lights On supporters, all up here. Thank you all for becoming members. I appreciate that. Let's get going here. We have to talk about this episode, don't we? Yes, we do. Oh my goodness. Oh, so much. So much, so much, so much. Okay. Why did I write David 40 pounds? I don't know what that means. Okay. Removing frame plate right now. No, I don't know what some of these mean. I must have been really tired on Sunday night. Okay. Well, we'll just start off saying that there was a whole scene with Christine having her engagement party. I didn't mind it. For multiple reasons, and I didn't mention this when I recorded my video, but one of the main things is we get to see all the kids again. When Christine has these events for her wedding, we get to see all her kids and then sporadically some of the other kids. So the wedding dress shopping, we got to see Maddie and we get to see Hunter this time. And actually for the Meet David, well, it was half Meet David and then half let's go to Gwendolyn's engagement party. I think all of Janelle's kids were there, and all of Christine's kids, except for Gwendolyn. I think Gwendolyn was the only one that was missing. Well, she wasn't missing from her own engagement party, but she was missing from the get-together party, which is fine because she was preparing for her. It's like 3.5 hours away or more, so it makes sense that she had to prepare and get ready for the party. But look how good I'm feeling. I felt so miserable today. I've had a headache I haven't been able to get rid of since Saturday. And I just have been living on extra strength Tylenol. And every now and then it goes away. Like goes away. And then it comes back. And then I can take more extra strength Tylenol and it's like I didn't even take anything. Just low, not a migraine, but enough to keep you from doing anything and from wanting to get up. I just wanted to anyway, I literally contacted all my parents and canceled all my kids tomorrow. That's how horrible I felt this morning because I'm like, I should give them ample notice to check their emails and their texts and, in case they want to do something else with their kid tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, now I got to reschedule all those kids some other time. But anyway, we'll get to that at another time. But I'm shocked how good I feel. I had a whole women's event that I was going to all morning this morning. I didn't go. Look at me, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It's amazing. Okay. I think I've turned over the other side. It was a day too where I was like hot and I was cold and I was hot and I was cold and I was hot and I was cold and I think broke. Never took my temperature, but fever broke. All right. Anyway, I just had to say, because all of a sudden I'm thinking, I feel so good. I haven't felt this good in so many days. All right. So what did you all think? Let me take a look at the chat. What did you think of the Christine thing? I also like that she didn't make a huge deal and make it a big, extravagant, elegant event. They went and had tacos. They went to some Mexican restaurant. And it didn't even look like a restaurant that served you. It looked like a counter service restaurant. And I thought that was great. It was perfect for what it needed to be. It should have been low-key, all about just visiting with family. And it seems like that's what it was. So it was good. And anytime Hunter's in a scene, somehow I always end up laughing. So I like that. I guess, Why does his name escape me? Peyton. Peyton made a funny too, but it was a repeat. TLC cut and spliced it. Cut and pasted, I should say. They spliced it, but they didn't cut it out of the other one. They just pasted it into another episode. So not as funny the second time, TLC. Good job. All right. Oh, unless it was, no, maybe it wasn't in the other episode. It was just in all of the coming soons, and I just saw it a lot of times in next week, those kind of things. Anyway, it was still nice. I thought it was nice. It was fine. Okay. Got a lot of people chatting away. Hi, Tracy. I enjoy Jenny so much. This will be fun. We have a good time here. This group, these sister friends who are here in these live chats on Tuesday nights, the best, the bomb. Okay. Scanning. The drinking word for this evening, get your drink on, everybody. Doesn't have to have alcohol in it. Is experience. Oh, number of times. No kidding. The number of times. All right. Oh, a lot of people saying that they like me. How nice. It's a little bit of an ego boost to have a channel. Okay. We also have to add safe. We did have safe resurface. I forgot to mention that in my video. Even experience. Oh, no, I think I did. No, I think it was a bonus episode because I was working on one of those too. Let me say now, since most people are here at the beginning, next week, there is no Sister Wives. So I am going to take the Tuesday off as well, but I'm going to see to it that I get videos out for you guys to see. So it's not like you're not going to see me. You just won't be able to talk in the live. And that's mostly because my son and my daughter and my son-in-law will all be here on Tuesday night. Well, they'll be here for a week, which is amazing. But they're from Tennessee, so they're not here that often. So I want to take every moment I can with them. And any moment I'm not with them, I will be editing videos because I have a feeling I'm finishing the last two right now so that I can, and I'm at the same time, I'm finishing this last episode. So most people will be watching this tomorrow who aren't here live tonight. By Thursday, the next episode I will have done. That's my priority. And then by Saturday, there will be another bonus scenes episode. And by Monday, there will be another bonus scenes episode. And then I'm hoping that by Wednesday, I'll have one more. Now, there's not one more out there yet. But my guess is since they're not airing Sister Wives and since they didn't drop 4 more after 4 more episodes happened, I think they're going to drop them all this weekend. Maybe on Sunday, maybe on Saturday. So I think there'll be more episodes for me to make. So I'm hoping that every couple of days I can get another boat. That's my goal, to keep going. So I'll have it on Monday, then again on Wednesday, then again on Friday, and then again on Sunday. And then there'll be an episode that night. So see, every 2 days, we'll still be together. I just won't be responding back to you. But that's okay. You can scream at the screen. I'm sure we all think the same things. All right. People having postal delivery issues. All right. I'm so sorry that you guys don't care. I had the best situation happen out with a postal nightmare, though. I had a gift that was coming. I had these 2, they're not customized, but they're monograms. So I'm sure they're all made already. They just pull the right monogram. I have a really nice 6-foot rug in front of my front door. And it's just so nice that it goes so far to each side. So you can, if you're stepping to the side, you're not falling off the rug. It's just really nice. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give that as the extra. I always kind of give an extra bonus gift to each of the kids. So I'm going to give that to the kids and their spouses for their houses. Now, the one doesn't have a house yet, but she'll be getting something soon. Okay. She can put it in front of her apartment. Now, I paid an extra $99 to get it 2-day shipped. And this was 5 days ago. I just wanted to guarantee it was going to be here because I'm like, I'm counting how many business days there are, how many days. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about the regular mail. I'm doing 2-day express ship, $100 for the 2 rugs. But the rugs were each $100 off. So I made out in the end. And then I referred my husband to have a membership. So I got another $50 off. So I was only $50 in the hole for shipping, which wasn't bad because they're really heavy, big, thick rugs. And then I'm looking today. I'm like, how come I didn't get it yet? Well, it's 2-day shipping. It's been more than 2 days, hasn't it? It's been 5. I went online, canceled. No information. Order was canceled. So I went in again because I did this with Amazon. Something else from Amazon was supposed to come the next day, and it wasn't going to come now until like Thursday. And Thursday I need it, and I need it to make things because I'm making the pajamas. I needed the decal to iron on and the shirts on. Anyway, for everybody, we've never done it before. So that all of a sudden said it was now going to come on Thursday. It's not going to come next day. Like, what is the point of Prime anyway? So I ordered each one individually, not together, thinking I don't know which one was the problem, but let me see what I can get, and then I can look for the other thing somewhere, either locally or find something online that'll ship overnight. And Amazon let me order both of them, and it said they would ship them the next day. Anyway, so because of that situation, I ordered again under my email because I also got a $50 credit for referring my husband. So I used that $50 credit, ordered again, did the 2-day express, but now I'm panicking because it's Tuesday and Thursday I need it because Thursday night is when everyone's coming, and that's our Christmas Eve. So I called the lady, and wouldn't you know, this was front gate, which I've never had a problem with in the past, but I really get very, very, very few. I can count on one hand how many things I've gotten from. Off the top of my head, I can only think of 2 things. It's an expensive catalog, but they have really nice stuff. And it's great if you can get things 50% off there. So I called them, and the lady was so nice. I talked to somebody who was from the South. She was right here in America. I could understand everything she said. She was delightful. She apologized right and left and said, oh, I see it in here. And she explained it got canceled because my credit card thought it was fraud. I don't know. I'm like, I used the same credit card to order it again. She's like, well, that one went through. I'm like, go figure. But I said, I got no notification from Frontgate. You didn't tell me. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. You should have received an email. I said, no, I can see it right in here. There's no emails, and it's in this account that we rarely use, so I would see it. And so then I said to her, I go, is there any way, because there also was expedited next day air. I go, is there any way you can comp me and upgrade me to next day air? Because I already paid $100 to get it shipped 2-day. And I said, because I really need this. And she goes, let me see what I can do. And she came back and she goes, I got you a next day air bonus sale coupon for $30. I got $70 back. How about that? Never hurts to ask, does it? And I know it's going to be here in time for me to wrap it and get it under the tree before Christmas Day, which is Friday in our world. All right. Too much. I'm sorry. That was way too much. I apologize. I know. I'm sure the algorithm just dropped significantly. Let's talk sister wives. Sister wives. All right. See, everyone's talking about the shipping stuff. I'm telling you, and I'm blaming it on you, sister friends, because I'm watching all you guys complain about the weather and different cities things go through and the problems. And I'm like, yes, I just went through that today. All right. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate you understanding. I feel a little bit bad, but just a little bit because I do put my family first. But I do love you guys. I'll be very excited to see you in 2 weeks again. Did anyone notice that Aurora's pupils were dilated with the light on her face? I did not. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe she got into Kody's stash. Renee was number 105 hitting the like button. Thanks, Renee. Okay. I don't know. Twyla says, has anyone noticed that Cry Brows held her mouth in a funky, tight way when she talks, not like when she first came on the show. She does talk very differently. And there was one point when she was also had this low voice and looking down when she was talking. It was very bizarre. It's in my review of the show, because I was just like, why the weird talk all of a sudden? Why are we talking so odd? So bizarre. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That whole scene, a mess. Okay, does anyone have anything to say here about, I mean, you might. It's such a small screen. Hard to scroll and catch everybody. Hello, Meri. All right. Oh, lots of people in. Danny's in Georgia. Lynn's in Georgia. Who else is in Georgia? Maisie's in Georgia. A lot of Georgians. Oh, I saw Robin's name. Where is it? Okay, now I lost it. Okay. Tinfoil Hat says, I was really confused about the visit to the cul-de-sac. It seemed like Kody couldn't even get in the gates, but was Meri sitting on a couch inside her old house? No. Meri was sitting on a couch inside of Brandy's house, who also lives in Vegas. That was her friend from Vegas. Well, Jen was her friend from Vegas too, but Jen followed her on to Arizona. Oh no, on to Utah, to Parowan. Okay, so yeah, no, she didn't get in. It kind of would have been great if she did. And nobody let Kody in, but they let her in. But like, no, the people who live there, I mean, they've been there for how many years now? 8 years? Like, they're like, you don't live here anymore. You don't need to come back and reminisce. Move on. Okay. Brianna actually smiled. She did at the beginning. She actually has a very pretty smile too. I mean, if my RBF was that significant, I would consciously, I mean, I do have RBF, but if it was as significant as hers is, I mean, she looks like she's on the verge of tears all the time. Her downturned mouth so much. I mean, sorry, she got Robin's mouth. But she has a very pretty smile. She needs to focus on smiling wherever she goes. Not like Kody smiles. Did you see Kody's crazy smile at the restaurant with Robin? Oh my gosh. It's, honest to goodness, it's very psychopathic. It's that you know how psychopaths, you can see all the way around, the whites all around their eyes are like really big when they smile, and everything just seems forced and not genuine. We've seen him do that in the past, but my goodness, it was just, he was so, that whole dinner scene, I'm jumping all over. All right, let me see what people are saying here. Oh, Maisie, I feel so bad for Robin's children and how sheltered they are. Yeah. Do you think they are happy or know what happiness is? I don't think they're happy. I don't think you can live in that house and be happy. I don't think Robin and Kody are happy. I don't think anyone in that house is happy, because I think they live under this cloud of victimhood and defensiveness, and the kids have only been fed what the parents have told them, and the parents have a distorted reality of what's really happening in the family. You know, we came right out and told them, we saw it on film, that like, oh, you know, they don't want to get together with you for the holidays. And it's like, no, that's not it at all. That's not how it went down. So I'm praying someday that those kids will be able to go back and just watch all the episodes, because there's no way Robin is letting them watch the episodes. Not, and then turning around and lying to them on camera. Like, that would not be good. Let's see. Chewy.com, can I just say, is the bomb. In fact, I told my husband the other day, I said, not that we need these treats, but I'll give them to my daughter, or maybe she can use them in a clinic or something like that. We got these, my one cat has GI issues, so I saw that he had special GI issue treats. And so I got them, and they're too big. They're like big fish, but they're hard. Like, both the cats kind of licked it and walked away like, what is that thing? I mean, and they're so hard. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to break it up. But I said, I know Chewy's not going to take it back, but they'll refund me, because that's how Chewy is. Chewy is a good company. I get a lot of stuff from Chewy. I'm on auto ship, kitty litter and cat food. But yeah, once I got a nail file thing for them, because it's hard for me to clip their nails. They really don't like it, and it's an issue always. So I thought, I'm just going to get this grinder thing, and that will be much easier. Oh, no. Good for dogs, maybe. Not for cats. It said it was for cats and dogs, but I guess I should have known better. So I had all these replacement things and everything for it, and I called them. I'm like, I am so sorry. What is the return policy? I can't find it. I have all this stuff. And they said, we'll just refund you. And they said donate it to a shelter or wherever. So yeah, they're really good about that. Love Temu. Okay. Carla got a load from Temu. I might be doing a little spot on one of these shows for Temu if I ever get my life together. They've contacted me, but I'm just not. I don't have time. I don't have time to make a 3 to 5 minute video. That's a long video. Okay. Yes. Twyla says she doesn't think anyone in the house is truly happy. I don't think they are either. I think they like to play pretend. When was the one time they should have been happy? When you're just hanging out with your family and playing games, right? Isn't that when you're just kind of like relaxing and lounging around and giggling and telling jokes and everything? Everybody was like sitting around on the floor, crisscross applesauce. Like it just felt like nobody was comfortable sitting there. And it's really weird to eat a caramel apple on a shag carpet anyway. But no one looked comfortable sitting there. No one looked like they were really having a good time, but there was a lot of like acting like we're having a good time. Like you can tell genuine happiness versus perpetually playing Jenga. All right. Let's see. Paula, I doubt they'd know what real happiness if it slapped them across the face. I mean, I think they'd be thrilled. I mean, I think the kids have a chance of experiencing it. I think Robin and Kody are so deep in, and they're so enabling of each other, kind of appear to be two narcissists, allegedly. And I think they're just fueling and feeding each other's psychosis, allegedly. So I don't think either one will get out because they enable each other. Okay. Perpetually playing Jenga, that's right. Was that in my last video that I just posted? I have another one that's yeah, it's in one of the videos. I talk about their perpetually playing Jenga again. If I didn't just post it, it's coming soon. Coming soon to a screen near you. Okay. Okay. Similar to Wish, bigger selection. Oh, are we talking about Temu? Wish I haven't had much luck with. It's been pretty junky stuff. Temu, I've gotten some nice stuff from Temu. That Simply Blessed sweatshirt that I was wearing the other day, Temu. The Give Thanks, the brown one that was in a circle and it said be thankful, and then it had like gratitude and all that like in a circle, Temu. And that's really soft too, whoever was the supplier. But it's similar to Amazon in that different people provide and they ship through. So you can get a sweatshirt that is not the greatest quality, and then you can get another one that's like feels like silk and is amazing. And then you just have to watch who sent it and then try to follow them if you want to keep getting the same kind of clothing. But yeah, no, it's not low quality. It's not, well, I'm sure there's low quality stuff. Let me take that back. I'm sure there is, but I've gotten some really good quality stuff. I have like all of these. I'm charging them right now. They're in my charger. But all of the lights for like underneath cabinets, and then I have a huge charger because my son's bedroom has all these cubbies, and I painted it a really, really, really dark midnight blue, And then I put a light inside every single one of them. They were all from Temu because they were only like $3 a piece. And they're rechargeable. Oh, I will say though, I did get a battery operated one once and it didn't last. The rechargeable ones, they've been lasting. I don't know. It's been like 9 months. So, again, here or there, it depends. But I have had huge success with Temu. I got some great stuff on there and stuff you don't expect. I won't go into all of it now, but I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Okay, I'll tell you one thing you would never expect. My mother used to work for a beer company after she graduated from high school before she went to college called Carling's. It doesn't exist anymore. But at the time, it was located in Cleveland, and she lived right outside of Cleveland. And so I found a metal sign to hang up that has the old Cleveland Browns logo, which is the brownie. It was the original Cleveland Browns logo. It's this brownie elf kind of character, and it has the brownie on it, and it says, and it was produced by Carling's Brewery on it. It was like, I don't know, maybe $7. So it was this nice metal plate, and it has like the place she originally worked at, that kind of like things you don't expect you'll find there. Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go. Oh, I'm so sorry. Amy's addicted to Temu. So there you go. All right. I kind of am too. I really should. There's probably some AI on my channel. And I haven't talked about Temu much. I mentioned it once when somebody asked me when something else I had on where it was from, and I said Temu. But other than that, I said they probably hear me say Goodwill, 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 Goodwill. And they're like, Temu would be a good sponsor. Oh, goodness. All right. There's Temu ads on YouTube. So I have that. I recently got the premium YouTube so that I can download songs onto my phone, because you also get YouTube Music with it. And then they can be downloaded on my phone. I don't always have to stream it when I'm driving and go through certain mountains and that, and I lose connection. So I like that. And then I have no commercials too. So I didn't know they had commercials. It will take more, Paula says, it will take more than a book to keep that McMansion. Yeah, and you know what? If Kody and Robin wrote a book, listen, I'm a content creator, so I would buy it right away so that I could talk about it on here, for sure. If I was not a content creator, I would wait until people go get it, read through it, and then right away start posting them all and getting them, which is how I got my other Sister Wives book. I got it secondhand. I think this cost me $8 or $10 out the door with shipping. No cover on it, but I don't care. I think it was an old library book. Libraries don't want them anymore either. So that's what I would recommend everybody. And that's what I normally would do. I'd be like, I don't need to know what he says right away. I'll just hear from people and I'll read it in another time. But I have a channel, so talks about Sister Wives, I would buy it. Okay. But if Janelle, Meri, and Christine really got together and dished, really dished, so there would have to be somebody really good, a really good editor that just pulled it out of them and that would make them leave and not be part of the book if they weren't willing to start to really spill a lot of stuff. Because I feel like Christine still holds her cards close to her chest. I feel like Meri too. Oh, welcome to becoming a member, JL Carpenter. Welcome, I appreciate you. Okay. J. Lewis, Claudia, she is sick of Kody. Oh, she's responding to Claudia. She's sick of Kody and has no break from him. Even her daughters are afraid to speak to him. That is so true. I didn't comment about it at the time. There's so much to talk about. I could literally talk for 3 to 5 hours after an episode and just break down every single thing about it. I can't do it. I don't have time. So one thing I didn't mention, but is clear, is that basically the kids kind of came out and said, yeah, they're scared of Kody when it comes to talking to him. And you could tell at that, let's just move to it, because that's like the bulk of, well, I want to say the bulk of the episode, but the bulk of the episode is Meri and her conversation, which relates to Kody, and then Kody talking to Robin. We've seen the angry side of Kody. And according to the OG3, this hasn't come out until recently. It's more of a COVID-related situation. I find that a little hard to believe because he does seem slightly unhinged all the time. The frenetic energy he has always, to me, felt like he was trying to channel it into a positive frenetic energy for the show, because the cameras were there. I felt like when the cameras aren't there, I think this crazy Kody and being frustrated that nobody's organized, but he's organized nobody, just saying. I think he comes out a little bit more of an angry Kody, quite frankly. And I just thought it was kind of interesting that the kids came right out and said, yeah, no, there's certain topics, religion's one of them, that like, he's too intense. And then they tried to cover it up with like sweet words like Robin would, but the truth came out basically. Not so great to be around. Oh, we have another member. Kitty, 1838. Oh, did it pop up? It didn't pop up. Uh-oh. There we go. Welcome to membership, Kitty. I appreciate you. So I found that really interesting that they were able to go there. Now, I will say Aurora looked like she was depressed again in the interview. I don't know. I don't know. I worry almost about her a little bit. I don't know why. Why so sad when you're just talking about normal stuff? I don't know. Hard for me to believe that something's not going on. And there's a camera there. Unless she was coached by Mama to like, don't be too happy. Like, let people know it's hard being us. The last Browns holding on. All right. He's acting like he was sad that Meri left. Yeah, he's not sad at all. Not whatsoever. Does anyone think this is so funny, Marie? Does anyone think Brianna will steal her sister's boyfriend? Oh, they say history repeats itself. So that would be amazing. And then she has to get pregnant. Even better. All right. Kody's intense in every subject. Yeah. Either like angrily or I'm so happy. All of it is too much. Too much. Okay. Kody's book, Forgacula. How to be a knight and a maverick and still have a pretty and shy wife. Coming to a bookstore near you. That's funny. Oh, goodness. Okay. My chest is jumping all around, just so you know. Woo, woo, woo. I'm just randomly looking at ones I didn't click on. Okay. Yeah, they are kind of like learning the keep sweet thing. But the interesting thing is, although like Robin doesn't have an aggressive voice in that, when I go back to get clips and start looking through some of the episodes, and you see the clip that I put in there, but like in the process of trying to find it, I'm watching a lot of old stuff. Robin had a completely different way of speaking. She had the keep sweet voice, and she also had a little lisp with it too when she spoke, and it was like this all the time. Stretching out her vowels like a little kid that just learned how to speak. It was annoying. At the time, it wasn't annoying to me. I didn't know any better. I guess I just thought that's who she was. I didn't think anything of it. I mean, she annoyed me from the get-go, from jump. I remember when she was just introducing her kids and talking about them, I was annoyed. That had to have been one of the first things she said on the show. I don't know why it bothered me. Maybe I'd have to go back and watch the episode again, but maybe they edited it in a way that they had a little bit of that Christine already expressing concerns about new people. They probably did, because Janelle said, I think it's great, we're going to have somebody else. And Meri's like, I think it's lovely. And Christine's like, I think you guys are crazy. I don't know why we need another wife here. This is insane. Which is true, because they had no money at the time. Then again, had there not been a show, there probably would be no Robin. I think we can all agree to that. She wasn't going to join that family that had no money. She wanted to be on TV. Okay. Logan wouldn't be a great, I mean, I think it'd be a great, I mean, he's been there, he's seen it, he knows it all. I don't know if he would share, but then I don't know if anybody would do a book contract with him if he didn't share, because they want their books to sell. So, I mean, he's right down the middle of the line, still in good graces with Kody and Robin, and as he should be. I'm not saying it's a horrible thing at all. I just don't think if he wrote a book there would be much revealed to make it interesting to read, because we've been combing through this family in all these episodes ad nauseum. We know everything there. We need to know what happens when it's not here. That would be Christine's book. It would be. And so after 3 months, we were engaged already. Can you believe it? It would be the same stories over and over again. I feel like her book would be a TLC book, because she really doesn't give us anything. She gave us stuff when she left Kody. That was great. The last season. That was like the crack that started showing, oh, okay, we're going to start to get some realness here. And she shared about things Kody said to her in private. She shared about what their life was like privately. And I just thought it was great. But then it all ended. Yeah. Don't know why. Oh, interesting. Mormon Stories podcast had a new podcast out yesterday telling about the mainstream Mormon church now teaching about polygamy. That'll be interesting to watch. Like condoning it, like saying we're going to go back to it because Joseph Smith. That's interesting to me. I'm sure it's a matter of if you want to. Not like it's going to be our doctrine, because they'd lose so many members. But still, I would think you'd lose some members just by saying, well, why are we going back to things that we decided weren't right? Okay. Please hit that subscribe and join. Only if you're able, though. Christmas time. I know our pocketbooks are all stretched thin. As my grandmother would say. Pocketbook. That's right. She's not shy. She's sly. That's it. Madison would write a great book. I watched her last podcast for you guys again, but there was nothing that she shared. So she said in the original podcast that she was going to be dishing dirt on the family. So, but she didn't really. She stated the obvious. She'd mention her family, here and there and in passing, or when you have it's important to understand your strength and be willing to separate when you have somebody that's not good for you. These generalizations without mentioning Daddy Kody by name. And what she said were obvious things, so there was nothing really to share. But I'm going to keep watching it. I fast forward when I see the other girl talk. I like go do. I hit the little arrow past. I really just don't have any. I don't know her. I tried listening for a while, and she's very different from Maddie. Like they both have a strong faith. That's the only similarity I could find. They're both married. And they both go to church. Other than that, they don't seem much like at all. They don't like the same kind of music. They don't like to do the same kind of things. The other girl, I think she said she's not sure if she even wants to have any kids, and Maddie's like 4. Like I just don't. Everything they talk about, and maybe that was the angle they were trying to come from. Like we're very different, so we'll talk about things and we'll have different points of view. And I get that, but we don't know her. We just know Maddie. So all I care about is what Maddie has to say about things. I think if they change the format of the show, they can leave the girl on it if she wants it to be like, part of her income or something, and they've agreed that. She needs to become the interviewer of Maddie. There you go. Anybody who knows Janelle, Maddie, their family, keep it going, because I believe this whole podcast studio, she had a podcast in the past that obviously didn't go anywhere, because she said it in past tense, like it doesn't exist anymore. So in her basement or someplace in her house, her husband had set up this studio for her. So it was all ready to go for Maddie to come over and do the podcast. So you can't just ditch her and have just Maddie, because Maddie's probably like, yeah, I don't have time to do this. It won't happen. And she can still stay on camera if that's what she wants. She does seem a little different from Maddie that way too. Lots of makeup, very concerned about what she wears, and they're just different people. She can be interviewing Maddie about all things Maddie. Yes, the family can come into it, but even just like things about Maddie, I enjoy the part of the podcast where Maddie's talking, because I always liked Maddie. I don't know. She was a little bit of a brat when she was a teenager, but at the same time, when she talked back to Robin, it would be great. All right. Lulu says, I didn't watch all the episodes, but I always got the impression that Meri was always left out and not treated nice by Christine and Janelle. Yeah, there's a whole backstory, Lulu. We read Becoming Sister Wives, and that helps a little bit fill in some of the blanks, but that too has to become part of the book that the OG3 write. But there was an incident. Meri has come a long way, Lulu. So if you go back and watch the original episodes, she was a lot more aggressive and harsher and intense. And she also has a loud voice. So like her delivery wasn't the best, let's say. And she's really worked on that. I mean, she came out and said she was working on it when they went to Sedona that time, the whole family. You remember both of the therapists were there? It was Pat and Nancy. Both the therapists, the original one from Utah came, and then the one from Vegas came, and they all met in Sedona and did that retreat thing. And I think it was Pat, the original therapist from back in Utah, is the one that was talking to Meri and comforting her and saying, do you remember you've been working on this. You've made a lot of progress, but you've been working on this and your delivery and your tone. And I'm like, oh, see? People who get mad at me when I say she had a rough delivery and tone. I'm a speech therapist. I know. That was aggressive. Bring it down. Change the tone of voice. So she's come a long way. Anyway, because of that and because of some incident that happened that we don't know about. I don't know. That bothers me a little bit. Like, I mean, if it was only once, whatever the incident was, like, does nobody in this world get grace? Is everyone perfect? Get over it. If somebody's asked for forgiveness and is contrite when they're asking for forgiveness, and I'm like, yeah, move on. So that bugs me about Christine. It seems like Janelle's moved on, but Janelle and Meri never got along. That was largely Kody's fault, bringing Janelle into the family when he did. And then Janelle was the first one to get pregnant before Meri, even though Meri had been there for 3 years. So there was a lot of built up resentment. And they just were never friends. And Christine and Meri were friends, but then there was some sort of incident with her kids, and apparently she's throwing the baby out with the bathwater and never wants to be friends with her again. So there you go. I was going to say that's it in a nutshell, but that was more than a nutshell. That was it in a bag of nuts. All right. Let's see. Paula agrees. She'd write a great book. 164 likes we have going here. All right. The corridor bald patch. It's getting wider and wider. Isn't it the truth? This last episode, it was so blatant. And the other part that's amazing is he has to feel on his face his two tentacles that are hanging down on his cheeks, and then there's no other hair that he can feel. Everything else is back. There's this huge gap, and then he's got two little circles of hair that he intentionally scrunches and curls to get those two little things out of the front of his head to curl. It's shocking. But you know what? It is the gift that keeps on giving, because we just keep talking about it. Yeah, he'd look so much better with his head shaved, but I hope he never hears that. I hope he thinks he looks amazing. Clearly, Robin is telling him he's amazing. She's the one that taught him the curly girl technique to make your hair do the curls. Yeah. Robin likes it and keeps telling him it looks great, and he always sees himself as looking great. Through a delusional rose-colored set of glasses, because he also is convinced that he has the six-pack abs, and he did all a long time ago. That little clip I put in one of the videos recently, when his belly's hanging out and they're all laughing at him, and they can see his shirt is pulled, and you can see, and this like belly looking like, a good belly. He says, he's like flicking it, going, I've got six-pack abs. And he says it in a way like, it seems like he really believes it. I think he does crunches and sit-ups, and so therefore, he thinks he has six-pack abs. That's all you have to do is a couple sit-ups each day, and you have six-pack abs. Don't work that way. Okay. All right. Yeah, it was out of control. And he also had he wasn't sweaty. I couldn't figure out what bothered me about his overall appearance. I'm like, is it just that his eyes are really big and his smile is really big and he's just sort of looking like disconnected and crazy when he's talking to her? But it was more than that. His face wasn't red, like sometimes it gets red, but it still was sort of, it had a hue of pink. Like maybe he was hot when he was up in that room, and his hair looked greasy. And I know he intentionally tries to make it look greasy because he puts that grease stuff in it. But extra greasy, like he put too much in, so it became heavy greasy. Ugh. It was like everything was wrong about him in that scene in the restaurant. Everything. Not good. Yes, Carla. Ridiculous is the best way. Like, it's just ridiculous. Ugh. Tracy's Nose 444 talked about how the hair thing is a real request that would have been asked. Been asked by who? A request by who? Tell me, Danny. I'm so far behind on watching her stuff. But I watched 2 of the 3 episodes of the last. I haven't seen if she put anything out based on this last Sunday. I haven't seen any of that. But I saw 2 of the 3 from the week before that. But even there were a couple weeks I missed before that. I got to watch everything before the family all gets here on Thursday. After that, I'm not going to be listening to any even when I go to sleep at night, because I'll be editing until I fall asleep at my laptop and then turn it off. Twyla, floppy horns. There you go. This whole time we're thinking they're curling tendrils, but they are floppy horns. Oh. Right, Dawn? The hairnet in last week's episode? How can he not be embarrassed by that? He's an enigma to me. I don't know if he has feminine tendencies that he's hiding, therefore he plays heavy into the whole manosphere. I'm tough. I'm going to wear gloves and cut wood. But I thought he really kind of enjoyed doing that stuff and like trying to be the man. But maybe the whole thing is just an act because he's fighting deep down inside urges of other kinds, because he totally embraces this kind of girly side of himself and just gets like all like verklempt and red when he talks about wearing his big boy panties, and like he just uses verbiage in that men don't. They just don't. And the whole obsession with his hair and talking about it, and when people ask him on cameos to clearly as a joke, the fact that he's so like stoked by it and goes above and beyond explaining every product and all that, and it just is giddy as he's talking about it. It's just bizarre. He's a very odd duck. He is. Can't put my finger on it. I can't. Like, I don't get it. Insecure narcissist explains a lot. Yeah. He can't hide it anymore. He's gotten away with it for so long. And now he's getting called out, and there's nothing a narcissist hates more than getting called out. Yeah, Joanne, you think he thought he looked good with the hairnet? He probably did. He probably thought it was hysterical. And it was another opportunity to talk about his hair. Just feeding I don't know. Wouldn't it be funny if this whole thing was just like, he's just a normal dude. He's just doing this for the money. He's like, I'm just going to do this persona of this sleazy, greasy, grimy used car salesman who can never sell a car, with no sales experience and no suave ability to connive the most innocent people who are going there. Just I'm just gonna play that role because TLC will keep me coming back year after year after year. And it's true. That would be the biggest shocker of all, because I just don't think that he can play it for that long. Meri's cat has more charisma than Krusty. That's true, Dog Mom. His childhood friends all said on the show that they all were shocked that he was straight, that in high school they all thought he was gay. So he has that flamboyant side of himself for a long time. All right. Kitty, he acts like your ex-husband. I'm glad he's your ex. Little fruity bunch. All right. What did you think about Meri and her text? She was so proud. I was more in shock over the bonus scene Jen exposed about what he said. It was hard on Robin. What a jerk. Yeah, I didn't really, me too, Danny, and you were there on Sunday night when we were talking about it together. I didn't really talk about it that much, and I may have done it in the video. I can't remember now. It's all blending together. But I was not so thrilled with it in the end. She was so proud of herself. And I will say, I did like how it ended like closure. Like, I thought it was going to be like this. And so just know that anytime you need something, I'm still a friend. Or, like, I thought that's how it was going to end, because it was so nice. And I'm like, why is this being so nice? What I did like is it was very clear at the end that it's over. She's moving on. She releases him from thinking about her. She didn't need to release him. He stopped thinking about her a long time ago. Maybe it was her way of also saying, and I release myself from ever thinking about you. Because you can tell he wants to still be her friend. He still wants to be in good graces with everybody, partly because he doesn't want people spilling the beans on their whole life now. because he had them in this cult before where they were controlled and they just kept sweet all the time for the show. Now, every episode, he's got to be sweating. It might be part of him that may almost want to stop doing the show. It might get to that point where he'd be like, oh, and he'll start shopping around for another show somewhere. Who was it that said, I think it was Maddie. Oh, that would be good information to share. I'll share that in a short video this week too, to keep you guys getting content. Maddie was talking about how her dad always had a get-rich-quick scheme his whole life. That's just who he is. And the show was one of them. Yeah. And it worked. He got rich quick with the show until he wasn't. I mean, there's not much money to show for it. And a house is an asset, but like I was listening to a financial YouTube thing when I was falling asleep the other night. I didn't get much of it before I fell asleep, but right before I fell asleep, I heard him saying, when you're looking at your assets in your life, you can't count your house an asset unless you're willing to up and move out of it right away and downsize to something a lot smaller and then take the equity out of the house. If it's a house you're planning on living in long term, God willing, till the day you die, it's not an asset. It's an asset for your kids, but it's not an asset for you. So when you're thinking of what are your assets, it has to be something you're willing to part with and sell. If you're never willing to get rid of it, it really isn't an asset. It's something that's sitting there. So if you have some $100,000 antique china set that came from your great-great-great-grandmother that's very valuable and, came from, I don't know, Czechoslovakia. Didn't they have china in there? Well, I guess we could say, oh no, that was porcelain in China. No, they must have made china in China. Isn't that what they call it? China? Anyway, point being, if you've got something worth $100,000 sitting in your house, but you would never sell it, it's not an asset. It's the same as if not even having it there. And I've never heard anybody put it that way before. I'm like, that's true, actually. If you're not going to part with it, it's an asset for your children someday when you move on to the next phase of life. Okay. Are we talking about the funeral? What does Sarah say here? I think Janelle does what she thinks is right about the funeral. And I think that there is some affection for Meri having had such a long entangled relationship. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to those episodes at all. I'm not. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the scene. The fact that Meri was willing to reveal. Okay, here's the other thing. I give kudos to TLC. Because the final edits are probably not done until the entire season is in the can. Because you got to kind of know what happens at the end, and that affects what people say at the beginning. So in the editing, they knew that Meri down the road was going to be revealing the fact that Kody said this information to her about how, poor Robin at that last scene. So they held on to it and then put it appropriately in the scene. So I know some people online were really upset and mad at TLC for doing it. I'm like, no, they're doing their job. That was great. It was good enough what we saw before. That whole episode still made my jaw drop because he was such an arrogant holy. So there was plenty to talk about. We didn't need that cherry on the top. That was good in this episode to reveal. And I love that Meri shared it. I'm sure he doesn't think that it's going to get aired. Well, we know from seeing also in the interview shows that he will say to the producers, can we cut that out? Or we don't want that. And according to the sister wives in the book, that anytime something got filmed that they weren't comfortable with, they would go to the producers and say, we really don't want to have that on film. And the producers always honored it. Now, are they doing that for 14 years later? I don't know, but it's the same production company. It's still Puddle Monkey. So I think Kody's used to being able to relax and just talk, like, say whatever he wants to, because he'll just tell them, take that out, take that out, take that out. And I wonder if they're not taking it out anymore because there was the threat of getting a different production company, probably because all of us were screaming out, like, how come nobody's coming back? Like, it seems in all these interviews, when somebody says something about Robin or Kody, they get told about it and they get to react, which is good for us because then we get their reaction. Rah! But it's also sort of them defending themselves. Then there's no counter afterwards. And we don't see a whole lot of when they say negative stuff about the other sister wives. We did this last episode and it kind of shocked me, which is what made me think about it. Like, oh, we really haven't seen Christine or Meri or Janelle come back. Now, ironically, I mispronounce that all the time. Regional. She was talking about Meri. Janelle was upset with Meri because they said, oh, Meri basically said that other people were not being that kind and nice, or whatever it is she said about the sister wives when they left. Although she said all three of them. I don't think she was referring to Robin. I think she was referring to, that's a good question, actually. I didn't think about it till just now. She's like, well, from all three of them, they didn't handle it really well. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be kind and I'm not going to, whatever. I'm like, all right, we'll see. But I wonder now, I just assumed she was talking about Kody and Christine and Janelle. And then Christine and Janelle both had an opportunity to reflect back. And Christine was like, yeah, I probably said things I shouldn't have. Yeah, I probably could have been kinder. True. Janelle's like, I said what I said. Got a problem with it? Don't care. It's kind of funny. It would have been great if she said it that way too. All right. But I wonder now, could she have maybe been talking about Robin? I don't know. I didn't interview Robin, so maybe not. Although that would have been a great, I'm sorry. I don't know, you hear I have a frog in my throat. That would have been a great interview for them to go to Robin and said, Meri said this, and about the three of them, and see what Robin would have said. It would have been interesting to see if Robin would have said, oh, and by three of them, I'm sure she doesn't mean me. She means Kody and Christine and Janelle. I wonder. See? Missed opportunity again, producers. That would have been a good foul. And if she did mean Robin and Robin knew she meant Robin, then it would be Robin in her backpedaling and her defensiveness and her, which she does every time she gets uncomfortable. All right. Oh, Michelle, you don't think that Logan is in good graces with his dad? Or Robin, I'm not after dinner, and they had apparently, and it was right after he first said that he hadn't loved any of them, and that I'm not quite sure what you're saying, Michelle. Oh, autocorrect. But for some reason, you feel that Logan is not in good graces with them. And that could be like that he invited him to the wedding and all of that before he saw on the show that Kody was talking negatively about his mom. Maybe that was my interpretation. Let's see if I'm right. Hello, Mrs. Indez. Welcome. Number 209, hitting the likes. Okay. My typing on the phone. Not going well tonight. Y'all, I thought Kody losing a child after would alter his douchiness, and I only say that as my brother passed away from a stroke. It broke my heart. Yeah, Kathy. And I'm so sorry about the loss of your brother. That's sad. It does not appear to have changed him. Now, because I say that because I'm almost positive, I'm not positive, just based on the timelines that everything has, how this has all happened in the past, pretty sure these couch interviews are being done after the passing of Garrison. I mean, we'll see how long the season goes, so then we'll know, because it was March. And I mean, the kids are, I think, in school right now, unless it, I mean, if so, we're jumping a lot, because last episode we were on the 4th of July. Robin had 4th of July decoration. No, this episode she had 4th of July decorations. Oh, so her kids are home for 3 months and they still can't find an opportunity to get a date because the kids are so busy with school. Yeah. I don't think they're taking a full load during the summer. And even if they were, it does not take that much to watch kids that are their age. Honestly. Oh, she just lies, and I can't believe a word out of Robin's mouth. Oh, the kids are so busy. And then, at night, they've got to brush their teeth. They've got bedtime routine. They've got to feed them dinner. There's homework. I mean, how is there homework? She had 4th of July decorations on her island. It's July. That's the smack dab center of the summer. Has she not put them away? Is it really July 4th has she not put them away in the end of August or beginning of September, whenever their school began? She still has the 4th of July decorations out? Probably. It's Robin. She didn't lift a finger. I mean, whoever she has coming and cleaning her house now, before they do the taping inside, they should put away her decorations from 3 months ago. I don't know. That's very confusing to me right now. I should have pointed that out. Maybe I'll do a what do you think video. It'll only be like 5 minutes long, and I'll find the clips and I'll take the pictures and show you the 4th of July stuff. I think it was this episode because it was at the island. There was only one other time at the island. And that was, that could have been when it was. When Meri was over there. We could be jumping. So maybe the kids are back in school. And that was, I think, the episode before. So we would have gone from July to end of August or September in terms of episodes. So we are jumping. So we'll see where this season goes. I don't know. Okay. Or if he was going to get married early. He said, I'm only a junior in high school. Oh, he wanted to marry someone in high school? I want to take it step by step. And here's the thing, I know that he already knew Michelle. So Michelle went to his high school, and then they went to college together. Were they high school sweethearts? I remember him talking a little bit on the show about a girlfriend, but I never saw one, I don't think. That's interesting. Yes, Mama Squirrel. Robin will trash the new house too. Indeed, she will. Let me take a moment and just read our big supporters. This is one of the membership levels of the channel. Big supporters are Linda Weckerly, Negla3, Carla Colson, Alexandria Swan, Aaliyah, Crafty Florida Lady, Shaniqua Smith, That's My Shoe, Lisa True, Knit My Bit, Elizabeth Murphy, and Lynn Skinner. And let me read the exclusive SOS supporters in their membership level, and they are Joni Crowley, Holly Jones, Joni C., Oh, I think that's still Joni Crowley because she was trying to figure something out. It's still showing up twice, Joni, as long as you don't get charged twice. Susan Price, Brenda, Sherry Pasick, Fawn, Lisa Gaska, Tracy Tracy's Fractured History and More. TFHAM. Evie, The Budget Stitcher, Kendra MP, Laura McWilliams, Rain Lady, Ladybird's Mom, Cheryl Smith, Steamed Frog 99, Living an Eclectic Life, Sarah Lewis, Libby Scher, Sean J., Marie Crabb, Waldo's Mom, Laura Bondurant, Sharon, Dee Dee, Lisa F., Danny Towns, I'm Your Huckleberry, otherwise known as Huckleberry, Ms. Lita, Julianne Kenkel, Michelle, Sunrise Sunset 1111, Kaylin, Donna Redman, and Jessica Denham. Thank you all. That is one of the perks of the membership level, is reading those on my live. Okay. All right. Oh, really, Dawn? I didn't look at... Did we see it on this coming soon, or was there a bigger coming soon? I don't know. The ATV accident is the upcoming episode. That ought to be interesting. Oh, so interesting. There's no way Robin's going to let anyone on a ATV now. All right. It's called a belly shirt when your shirt is too small. Interesting. Kody wears them all the time. I swear to God, he buys his clothes at Baby Gap. All right. Oh, I like the name of your channel. Truth to Oneself. That's nice. Okay. Tracy, she probably still has them up. Is that the 4th of July decorations? Probably does. Oh goodness. Meri let it out of the bag that we don't see resolution of Coyote Pass this season either. Ugh, yeah. Yeah. Problems ahead. Not a surprise, though, if you really think about it. You know Kody started digging his heels in. Unbelievable. All right. When they went back to Montana and they saw Kody's girlfriend, it seemed pretty tame for his sweethearts. Yeah, I don't know what level of girlfriend they really were. This group is the best, Kathy. Truth. Yes. That is truth to oneself right there. It was in the Alaska episodes. Oh, what was in the Alaska episodes? Oh, Beck says Logan and Michelle met in college. Okay. She's a hoarder. Yes, she is. If the show continues, we are going to need someone in Flagstaff to give us weather reports daily so we can break down Robin and Kody's timeline better. Yes. There are people from Flagstaff that are sister friends. I've gotten some great emails. Somebody sent me, I still have it, footage of driving from Kody and Robin's house to Coyote Pass to see like how close it is. And by close, like that would be on this, it's on the same street, basically. It would be like the same side street off of Main Street, not like on the same main street. And they're like at the end. Kody and Robin have a really great piece of property because you come up and you pass Coyote Pass, and then there's some like houses they all have a lot of acreage, and then they're at the dead end, goes right into their house. Now it's like up a hill, which would be horrible in the wintertime, which is probably why they have the heated driveway, but then apparently the heated driveway broke and it's not heated anymore, and I don't think they fixed it. I don't know how they got the kind of money they did for that house. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. It's amazing how good you feel when you lose 180 pounds. Linskin, did you lose 180 pounds? That is amazing. Amazing. Literally a whole person. For some people, a person and a half. Oh. Congratulations if you did, or somebody in this chat did, because that's a big feat. Julie says, I have said this repeatedly, but why can't they tell Kody and Robin that if they don't answer the questions in the tell-all that they're not going to get paid for their tell-alls? Yeah, it's a tell-all, not a tell-nothing. They've been tell-nothings for the longest time. It would be great to have them all in the same room again and get questions and let things just fire and let them ask each other questions and challenge each other. I don't know if the OG3 are there yet, but I feel like Janelle and Meri are getting close. They might be there by the end of this episode or the end of this season when they do the tell-all. It would be great to have them all there. Now, I feel like Robin would get up multiple times crying, and then Kody would have a hissy fit. I saw on Reddit, briefly, I saw on Reddit on my watch, so it was very tiny. I was trying to turn off the notifications so they don't keep popping up. I only follow one sister wife thing on Reddit, but it's active. Somebody posted a picture of what looked like Kody fighting some people, and they were saying at the reunion or at this tell-all that he got physical and was going after, I don't know, somebody, a producer, or I don't know who. Maybe it was one of the sister wives. Excuse me as my bra is falling down. But it was really small on my watch, and I was doing something, so I didn't open it, and then I haven't seen it. Did anyone see that? Is that true, or is that just something somebody made up or fake news? All right. Yeah, 5 adults between 2 older kids, and they can't find any time to talk. This is so nice. We never get a chance to talk. I mean, all it means to me is Kody's never around. He gets in his car and just drives and drives and drives and drives, which is what Janelle said. We don't know what he does. He just drives. He says he's working. All right. All we know is he gets in his car and he drives and he talks on his phone. Oh, goodness. Right. Dinner, homework, and bedtime takes all day. All day. I will say they probably, well, not the boy. Ari is probably a handful at night. I do believe that. I mean, we've seen it on the show, and Kody's admitted she's up all night long. She won't go to sleep. She's just jumping on her bed, and we're like, go to sleep. And I'm like, and why is she not listening to you? I don't think there's A1 parenting going on. If my child was jumping on my bed in the middle of the night and I said go to sleep, guess what? They go to sleep. They listen to mama. My kids wouldn't even get up for Christmas. This is how much control I had. My kids knew Christmas didn't happen before 9 a.m. So they would get up and they would all, if they woke up early, I said, I don't care if you guys get up. I don't care if you go to someone's room to play or read books, or you guys want to commiserate and discuss what Santa may have brought. But you are not to go down the stairs and look at the tree or any of the stuff before 9 a.m. They always listened. This is after they could tell time, obviously, when they were young. But her kids could tell time. Now, my kids on Christmas morning would stay until 9 a.m. because we're up late. There's always something. Something goes wrong. Something didn't work out right. You need to get something. I don't know. And you always end up staying up later than you really want to. And I want to be happy on Christmas. I don't want to be. I had a couple years of being exhausted and disconnected because you're so tired. and you're just trying to keep your eyes open, that's not fun. That's not fun with the kids. I want to be laughing and having a good time and be alert and with them. I want a good night's rest. So 9 a.m. Now, it's easy for my kid. I also had these bizarre children that I don't know how I got them to do this. I don't know. I think it might just be in their genes. But they were 12-hour sleepers and eventually it became 11 and eventually became 10. But I could put them down to bed at 10 o'clock at night. They'll sleep till 10 o'clock in the morning. Put them down at 7 o'clock at night. They'll get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was the most bizarre thing, but I can't take credit for that one because they all did it. But what was nice about it is if you were out the night before and you were out late, a lot of people would be like, oh, we gotta get the kids to bed because they're going to be getting up at 5 in the morning. They're up at 5 in the morning all the time. I'm like, oh my God, they are? I'm so sorry. I think God knew I couldn't handle it. I just couldn't do it. So we would make sure that they went to bed around 9 o'clock, 9:30 or something to guarantee that they would sleep. All right. What else do I have here? Oh, lies, blasphemy. I got written all over my page. I don't even know what I'm referring to here. The hair. We didn't talk about the hair, people. The hair. I mean, we talked a lot about hair, but I didn't specifically address the fact that Kody seems to... Okay, we can look at this two different ways. One, he left the church because the elders told him he had to cut his hair. And he's like, you're not cutting this beautiful mane that I have. I'm not going to do what you tell me. And he got angry with them and eventually left the church. Okay, it's the only reason he's like come out and cited for being really angry at the church. The other side of it is, could he really go 15 years without bringing up the story and mentioning it? Or is he just picking one little thing that happened in the past and now trying to use that to justify, which doesn't justify it at all, it just makes him look like a douche, but trying to justify why he's not going to be associated with that church anymore. And you love how he slid in there. They're trying to get me into leadership. Trying would be the optimal word in that sentence. It would have never been successful. Never. Very first request. But if we're going to have you in leadership, first of all, you have to look like a leader, and that's not the persona we're going for, so you need to cut your hair. No way. The hair crazy. That's right. Good point, Betty B. He doesn't have to cut his mop off his head, but the women had to wear their royal garments. Yeah. He's such a hypocrite. So many things just keep coming up, doesn't it? That's right, Miss Maggie. Hubris, crazy. Blasphemy, wingmen. Yes! Another instance of blasphemy. The wingman comment. Unbelievable. Electricity. Fried his hair. The lightning bolt. When she first met him. That's what made the curly curls go crazy. Because remember, it was straight. To say, I didn't even go down that road either. I'm pretty sure. No, I didn't even go down that road. I don't even think I have that clip in my... so much I could still say. Whoops, I just hit the mouse. I don't know what I clicked on. Oh, same one. Blasphemy. He is the most... It shocks me. Shocks me. All right. Lightning bolts. Yes. That bolt. Oh. And do you notice, and this I did put in the video, that she said they locked eyes, and to her, it was like a lightning bolt went through her, which she had written in the book too. Kody doesn't even mention in the book that he even saw her in the church. he talks about seeing her for the first time when he was driving to see her. Okay, so we can look at this two different ways. Let's take him at his word. He doesn't mention it in the book, and in the book he says that he and Meri were driving and they stopped, and somebody in the church, which happened to be the cousin of Robin's, surprise, and he met this gal for the first time, Robin. She mentions the whole lightning bolt thing in the book in the church, because we know she went to the church to see him because she was trying to, I think that might be true, because she probably would have tried to converse with him, and he may have just picked up and left afterwards with his wives. And so that was the end of that. She didn't see him till a month later when she came back, and that was at the party. Okay, so we have him now saying, oh, I locked eyes. We locked eyes, and I couldn't stop looking at her. And then she's like, no, you didn't. And he's like, yeah, you stopped looking. I kept looking at you. I couldn't take my gaze off of you. Okay. All right, so which is true? Is she saying, no, you didn't, because no, you didn't. You didn't really notice me at the beginning. Why are you telling this story now? And she let him just run with it? Or is she trying to cover for the fact that inappropriately, while he was married 3 times, that he was locking eyes with somebody else who he didn't know, and as he admitted, didn't know if she was a married woman or not. And they were having this stare with each other. It would be so wrong, and because you're not supposed to flirt with anybody when you're the man. You're supposed to have the wives bring them to you, which is what makes me think the whole thing is all contrived and figured out ahead of time. She knew about the show because her cousin was in the church. And there's a line in the book that implies they have big things on the horizon or something like that, that the cousin said to Robin after Meri agreed to pursue maybe him getting to know Robin. Okay. And according to her, she was like, I don't know, when her cousin called, and her cousin said, oh, they have some big things on the horizon, something along that line. I don't remember the exact words. So it implied there's a show. You're definitely going to want to do this for the show. I think the show was mentioned well before, because it was a small enough community. They knew about this show possibly coming on the air and how the church wasn't thrilled with it. So I think that Robin, before any of this, and so she's cherry picking information and putting it where she wants it. She knew about it a long time ago, but she's in the book saying, after I met him and after we had that encounter on the lawn, then he wanted to pursue me. And that's when my cousin said they have big things on the horizon. That's what I think. Anyway, so when they did that whole locking of eyes thing, goes against everything that's taught in the church. You're not allowed to be doing that. And so they can't let anybody know about it. So they kept it on the down low, and somehow he managed to go through the cousin. Oh, the cousin could have $1 million. I don't know if she could make a whole book, but if that cousin could be interviewed, she would know all the truth to how it all came about. Because I feel like Kody on the down low was contacting the cousin, or Robin was having the cousin contact Kody and say, hey, are you interested in this girl? And he's like, heck yeah. Yeah, I think this is how it all went. So then they have this whole little secret amongst them now. And, he had a surprisingly, and Robin, her acting job, terrible. And then, it just so happened that he came by on the front lawn when we were out there. Huh. Yeah. Okay. We kind of talked about that when we went through the book. So you can go back and watch the read-throughs of the book under Cloak of Charity Club. That was our Cloak of Charity Club at the time. You're right, Mama Squirrel. I can picture it. Her just floating in the air towards him. I smell money. Janelle said in the look back that Kody picked all his wives. Really, Lori? Gosh, I don't remember that. She did? That he picked them first? Well, in the book, he took Janelle out on a date before he was ever courting her. He just liked her. Sent her flowers once and then went and picked her up by himself. Always supposed to be supervised. By himself while he was married to Meri. That could be the beginning of why the two of them didn't get along. Meri found out about that. You know that Meri didn't agree to it. She would have been like, yeah, I'll be there. She said she loved his last lines. Translation, his earning potential from a show. Yes. We didn't know that was called laugh lines, but now we do. How much you gonna make? My laugh lines are 1.5 million. That is a high passing from normal. Kody's hair has 5 wives and 19 children, and they all live in a big house together. Weren't they filming since 2008? Let me see. The copyright in the book is 2012. This came out in season 3. So that would be about 2008, yeah. Because it takes time to get the book out, too. It's going to be published. Doesn't it take about a year? 6 months to a year to after it's all done to get it through publishing, editing, and printed and everything. So that would be about right. The Holy Order of Noodle speech. That's funny. Indeed, Carla. She stalked him. She was a woman on a mission. And when you hear, oh goodness, here I go again. I'm going to forget names. Melanie's husband on Notes to Self 444. Does anyone remember what her husband's name is? It doesn't really matter what his name is. I just feel bad when I don't know people's names. At least I remembered Melanie. I kept forgetting her name. Her husband said that when he was watching the show and he saw Robin walk in at the end of episode 1, getting ready for like the preview for season 2, oh, there's a new potential wife. He went, oh no. Oh, and his wife's like, I don't know her. I don't know her at all. And Melanie said, I don't know her at all. And he's like, oh, Kody's in trouble. She had a reputation of getting what she wants, including her sister's boyfriend, getting the man she wants by getting knocked up before she got everything she wanted. Until she realized she didn't really want it. But actually, she didn't even realize she didn't really want it. She just kept misusing it and abusing it. All the money until eventually he filed and said, enough. Be gone, woman. I can't take you anymore. He used Meri's vulnerability to get what he wanted. Sabin used the family to pay her debts and support her while they suffered. There was no reason he had to marry Sabin to adopt her children. Truth, 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 Khadija. Yes. So true. Never had to get married. I do find it interesting that I listened to the verbiage. I went back the other day and I was getting a clip of something and I saw that scene and Kody said the easiest and best way to adoption with the least amount of obstacles is to. So there was at one point, I think they knew. I don't know if Meri knew, but I know Kody knew. He didn't have to adopt them. He wanted to. He wanted to be the knight in shining armor to Robin, and he wanted her to be the wife on his arm that he could claim as the wife. Yeah, I think he knew all along, and she knew all along. But they were faking it for the show. And I feel like they pulled the wool over on Meri's eyes. I would love to know exactly what they told her. That's another one of those truths I'd like to come out eventually. How did that all go down? Was everyone aware, or was everyone not aware that the adoption didn't have to happen? Or the divorce and marriage, I take it back, didn't have to happen in order for him to adopt those kids. They just needed that piece of paper that he signed anyway, relinquishing his rights. Johnny says, seems like Baldylocks wants to start his own religion with him as the grand poobah. Yeah, I mean, I totally can see him saying, you know what? I got a revelation. I should be starting a church too. God spoke to me last night, and this is what we're going to do. This is what our church is going to be. Oh, what a nightmare. All right. Kody's locked eyes equals stalker. Yeah, it's scary, isn't it? Okay. Stop singing, Jenny. Meri just said in the press that they met with Kody. Who met with Kody? Kathy, who met with Kody? Put it down below. I'll scroll to the end. I didn't see anything about that in the press. Though I only watched one of them. So let me know. I know I'm 10 seconds behind. But if you're still here, let me know. All right. Kody's hair gives him advice. That's why he won't cut it. Oh. That's right. Robin's older kids have Jessup blood. The tea is that Meri was putting her first wife's status in Robin's face, and she threatened to leave him, so he married Robin. What, Kathy? Is that true? Like, do we have that documented, or is this like internet gossip? I need to know. I need to know. They went to freaking Hawaii after their legal marriage. Blows my mind. Oh, yes. Unbelievable. Kathy, I'm waiting for you down here. Just got here. What's up? Wee. So much. Now we're just talking about, actually we're going all the way back to, what season was that? I don't even know what season that was. Talking about the divorcing Meri to marry Robin and then adopt the kids. And how many people knew that that didn't need to happen for him to adopt the kids. Meri says it's probably true. Peyton said that Meri was the favorite until Robin came along. Interesting. Do you think Meri was that blind as to think that Kody, who's so superficial, would take in a wife 10 years younger and skinny and hot and as if she were a Diesel Jeans model, and that he wouldn't start to turn his affection towards her? Do you think that she just really thought he would still be loyal to her? If so, she's been duped from the beginning, because it's written all over his face that he's all about himself, full of ego. All right. If Kody only knew how much almost every person in America, in the world, hates his hair. Yeah. I mean, is he punking us? The fact that he keeps bringing it up and talking about it and acting like he's proud of it. Again, because he's so outrageous and the things he does and says is so unbelievable that's why every now and then I think, is he playing us? Is this all an act just to keep the money coming in? And he's just banking it. He's not banking it. Maybe he was banking it. Maybe that's how he bought the house. I've always thought if they were hiding and stashing money somewhere and now there's a lawsuit involved and they're going to look at all his assets, the best thing for them to do is buy a house, because I believe the courts won't take your home away from you in these kind of civil trials. That, like, it's your assets, kind of like I was saying before, in terms of a house not being an asset. If you can't pull it out from underneath you, it's not really an asset. And I think there's something on the books, but that could be state by state too. I don't know. That you can't take somebody's home from them, but you can take everything else. Okay, Kathy, it's internet tea. But it was a legal marriage, so we might find out. Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so, Kathy. Okay, I won't repeat it here then, because try to come with receipts. I don't always, but I try. I just said something the other day. I go, I normally don't talk about stuff that I see here, but, and I said something, and then somebody wrote in the comments, and I'm like, yeah, that's not true. I was like, see, this is why I try to keep my mouth shut. Oh, goodness. He played Meri like a fiddle. Yeah, unfortunately, he did. The two hairs that's left at the top are supporting cast members at this point. Kadisha. So funny. Oh, goodness. All right. What else was in that episode? Did we cover all the things that went over? All the things that went over. Oh, my goodness. There was so much. You can tell that Kody and Robin, I didn't talk about this in my video either. Kody, we need to have these Tuesday nights so I can keep talking about the episode and all the things that I didn't get into my reaction video. Kody and Robin, I really believe, had planned out the fact that they were going to talk about how they fell in love and they met each other ahead of time. Like, let's tell the story about this. That'll be nice to prove how much we're in love. We've never done that on the show before. It was just in the book. Robin just made, I want you to talk about. And so he talked about having it first, I guess, to bring up the conversation. So again, was that part true or was that not true? And then he's like, so now, come on, you tell me. Ew. So greasy, grimy, creepy. I did put in my review, though, the section where he was like, come on, let me see the ring. That was like the lowest of the low for Kody in terms of, I want to vomit right now with you acting like you're all suave and cool, when it's the absolute opposite that we are seeing on the screen. For him to go, come on. So, and this was the kicker too. He's chewing food and talking. He's talking with his mouth full. So like, it's like pig on a whole nother level. He's like, come on, let's see that ring. Let's see that ring. Oh, so gross. So gross. And I'll tell you something we talked about on Sunday night too, and I also put in the video, is the fact that all he did was prove that he has no faith or trust in Robin. He's like, yeah, you guys can go as long as I can come along too. You're not going to leave me out. Like, eventually, because I've been saying I refuse to go, so I can't go yet. But like, give it a week or two and I'll get over it and then I'll go with you. Like, you can't go that long. Guys are going to think you're single. Well, first of all, you're an idiot. You know if a woman's single or not because of the ring on her hand. So try again. And then he admitted, guys are going to try to hit on you. Like I was like enamored with you, Robin, when I saw you in the church. Oh, admitting that we're inappropriate. Are we, Kody? Basically, he's saying, I don't want you to meet anybody like me, like a douche like I am in the church. Because I believe you have zero self-control and you would run off with him. That's the translation of what he basically told her. And she's like, I'm like, he just said he doesn't trust you. I'd be so angry if my husband said that to me. Oh, you went to another church, right? Well, I'm going to that one because I don't think if a guy was going to hit on you that you wouldn't respond, that you wouldn't say, get lost, I'm married. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. He marked his territory. Well put, Lori. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, Lisa. He seemed manic and obsessive, very controlling, almost scary. Robin, be careful. He did seem manic, didn't he? He did. But she seemed to smile and enjoy it. I don't understand. She's like, giggly. Unless that's all in Act 2. And she's like, pull it together, Kody. In the car before they got in there. And then she's like, oh, you're so cute. I don't know. All right. He also wanted to show off that new ring. Yeah. So tacky. He's always been so jealous of Christine. Christine was always what she wished. That's true. She had the respect of everyone in the church. She had the royal blood. She had the fun personality. I mean, Robin she never seemed fun. She seemed a little looser. That's it. When she first came in the family. But she has tightened up. Boy, has she tightened up. She is not a good time whatsoever. All 3 of the other wives are more fun than Robin is. And when she does smile and laugh, it's so inauthentic. And also because she does it at times when she's like, oh, you think I control Kody? That's so funny. Who thinks that? Oh, you think I can control Meri? Yeah, no, who thinks that? Because she knows she's controlling both of them. Those are the only laughs we see. It's when it's completely fake. If a woman is on the prowl, no amount of jewelry will stop that. Robin is wearing the Christine designed ring. Robin always wanted to be Christine. Now we have to think, well, this would have both been aired about the same time. Now that I think about it, Christine would have had her ring, but she wasn't engaged yet when they got together. For Gwendolyn's, she was just dating him at the time for like a couple weeks. They got engaged a few weeks after Gwendolyn's engagement party. So I don't know. Verna Morales. Me too, Jenny. No gifts before 9 a.m. Thank you. I'm not the only mom in the world. That was my own rule. I never heard that from anybody. I just thought, I need my sanity. I need to make myself enjoy Christmas Day. My autistic daughter was also okay with it. Thank you, Verna. Thank you very much. We had the same Christmas morning. We think alike. Robin has never been a model. Yeah, no, she never has. He just used that as a throwaway comment in that interview on Mormonism Live, which is now, I think, called Mormon Live. They changed the name of it. At the time, it was called Mormonism Live, and he was telling the guys that were interviewed him, like, well, I have this Diesel Jeans model that's interested in me. And I've always thought of it, the way he even said it made it seem like, like I have this Playboy playmate that's interested. I mean, not implying Robin looks anything like a Playboy. I'm just talking about another man might say of some voluptuous woman, she's a Playboy playmate. She's not, obviously. They live in a rural town in Kentucky. I suppose they're playmates too. Anyway, the opportunity isn't as great when you live in such a place, as was my point. Point being, it's a figure of speech. It's an exaggeration. And I had no idea what diesel jeans were anyway. I had to look it up. What are diesel jeans? I think I missed that trend because it was right around the time that I was having kids. So I wasn't into wearing designer clothing. I was just trying to figure out how I could get enough sleep to get up the next day. And thus the Christmas rule. It was like one day after another on the hamster wheel of let's just get through it. So it would have been after I was in college or high school when I would have been aware of what all the popular kids were wearing. And we never had money, so I never really wore. I did have one pair of Jordache jeans, though. I think that's all I got for Christmas that year, but I wanted so badly a pair of Jordache jeans because everybody had them but me. So I got a pair. They were too tight. But that was the style then. Squeeze yourself into them. Let's see. Yeah. And then I would have heard about fashion about the time my girls became middle schoolers. So there's the dead years in there where I didn't care. I'd wear whatever was in my closet. Didn't have to have a designer label. By the time I got when I was in college, I really had no money. But I would have been aware if other people were wearing something, what the designer names were. So yeah, I missed the whole diesel jeans segment. Never heard of it. But I assumed it was. I did not that long ago look it up, and I don't know, like $120 jeans or something. No, some of them were a couple hundred, I think. I think it depended on the kind you got. All right. I don't know why he would pull that out, though, out of all things. Why diesel jeans model? Were the models hot? Remember Abercrombie had that whole period of time where they only hired really hot people and the guys were always shirtless in all the ads. And it became an issue down the road because it was very stereotypical cloning of what people look like that were the only models that were in there. And they were apparently only hiring people that looked exactly like that in their stores too. At any rate, if you were to say an Abercrombie model, I would understand. I know what that looks like. Diesel jeans? They've never had a store anywhere, have they? I've been to malls all during that period of time. Never saw a diesel jeans store. So it must have just been an online thing, which means it had to have been after the internet came about, which would have been after a couple of my kids were born. Oh, goodness, I'm old. All right. Yeah. I think Kody sees her as a model. That's it. Nobody else does. He probably had a calendar on his office wall. He probably did. Oh, right. I did get a pair of chick jeans. That was after Jordache, wasn't it? Or was it before? There was that whole chick jeans phase too. I did get a pair of chick jeans at one point. I don't think it was the same time as Jordache. Well, they may have overlapped one before the other one in terms of like peak of popularity. Yeah, they were cheaper than the Jordache were, I remember. Okay. Cozy only had the diesel catalog to polish, just not passing for normal. Oh, how nice. Thanks for the super chat. Black Eyed Sue. If Robin hates trees, why'd she take the tree? The whole tree thing makes no sense. I bet she regrets saying that. I think she was making it up when she would, because they don't isn't it lush? It snows there. It's lush there. There are trees there, but it's also very wet for a lot of the season. Where there would be forest fires would be mountainous areas of like California and that, where you're not going to get the snow and it's dry all year round. That tends to be more the areas. Now, in general, forests have a cycle where the forest fire is good because it creates good soil, And then the saplings from the other things grow up in a very fertile soil. And that's kind of because eventually trees get to a certain age and they're not as good anymore or something like that. I don't know. Well, they don't provide as much oxygen at some point, whereas a growing tree provides a lot of oxygen. Anyway, for our little science lesson, I don't even know if they're in an area where forest fires are an issue. I don't know where she lived before either. Did she say Washington? Is that where she was when she saw a forest fire? She didn't even say she was experienced or she was in one. She saw one out on the horizon, 500 miles away. Oh, look at the sky. It's a little bit orange over there. There's a forest fire. Yeah. The whole forest fire, I'm scared of trees thing was just so she could get Coyote past, so she could get away. Because when she cries, Kody gives in to her. So cry about the forest fires, and eventually Kody will come around and see to it and make sure that his decision changed because he wanted Cottonwood. He liked Cottonwood. He liked Cottonwood, Meri liked Cottonwood, and Janelle liked Cottonwood. So they had majority roles. But then Janelle got swayed really quickly by Robin. And then there was the tree thing. But then when it came to which is the biggest plot of land when we're restructuring it, which one has 5 point some acres on? Robin. Her name's on that piece of property. She had all the trees on her Coyote property with Christine and Kody. Yeah. It's all just lies. Lies, 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 lies. Meri wore men's Levi's in high school. I have a pair of Levi's right now. Not that I'm wearing. I've got my pajama bottoms on right now. She's cutting them down now. I'm going to try to heart it, and that's going to go away. Kody is the only man in America who has his pencil ridiculed by strangers on a regular basis. It's so true. I just came across that comment the other day. In fact, we're over time, so let me go read these funny things. A lot of these might be repetitious, and I apologize, but I literally took them all out of the folder and put them on my screen top, and I've been really bad about reading comments lately. So I didn't have any like fresh new ones. So that is on my to-do list for this week, so that when we get back here again in 2 weeks' time to talk about the next episode, I'll have some more to read you. Okay. Let me go ahead and just read them all. I thought this was funny. And in the one episode, Kody kept saying, "It's the end of an era." He was like all devastated over Meri. And he said to her, "It's the end of an era." So Ashley Weldon wrote, "For Kody, it's the end of an era. For Meri, it's the end of an error." It's very good. Very good. All right, look at me. Look, I'm going to actually literally hit trash so I don't screw this up. That's my shoe. That's my shoe. I think you're here today, aren't you? Did I see you in here? Or maybe I just read your name. She wrote, "If Moroccan oil curl cream gives him control, he should be drinking it." That was good. That was good. You know what? There's a whole bunch of them. I know I told people recently that, I wonder if I deleted them off my laptop. I'll see. I have to go back again because there's a few of them that I laughed out loud at, and I'm like, I'm going to read that on Tuesday. I don't think I have any of those recent ones. Lori Erickson said, "I just realized that I provide more meals, preventative health care, and affection to my feral fat colony, to my feral cat colony than Kody or Robin ever do with their burnt chicken on the grill for the youngins." It says ... I don't know if ... if she wrote more and I didn't click it open when I cut and pasted it. That could be. All right. Cindy Thompson says that it is tough and hilarious at the same time to watch a male narcissist going through menopause. So true. So true. Spot on, people. Spot on. I'm pretty sure I read this one. This is when it was a flashback to Kody having his fever during COVID. I almost died. And Rickard Munn 6122 said 99.8. Probably ovulating. Funnies. Y'all are funny. All right. When I asked everybody, I think I said this one too, but I'll say it again. When I asked everybody, what do you think Meri's drinking in that big old Stanley cup? When she was laughing so hard when Kody was helping her move, I said, what do you think's in that big old Stanley cup that she has? It's making her laugh so much. And Lisa Poovy said, she's drinking a big old Stanley cup of bye-bye, Kody. Good one. All right, so these might be earlier ones that I definitely read, but I'll read it quick anyway. Just a small town girl. I'm going to read this because it's a super thanks, and I'm not sure if I hit reply on it or not. And the super thanks, there's no way for me to find them unless I happen to come upon them. Although I have something on my phone that now they pop up as notifications. So if if I have my watch on or if I have my phone nearby and a notification comes, I do see them, and then I can respond and hit thank you. So please know that I'm trying to get through reading every comment anybody has ever written. It takes a while because I'll stop and then I'll go to a more recent episode and whatnot. So if you ever sent me a super thanks and I didn't say thank you back, I still am very appreciative. I am. All they'll tell me on my thing is what the total number of revenue I have from super thanks, but they won't give me the breakdown. Anyway, YouTube. They said they're working on it because I had a chat with them for a while. It took a long time, but it's not a feature they have right yet. All right, so just a small town girl. I refused to watch the episodes twice, so thank you for taking one for the team and keeping us up to date. And she wrote that after one of the bonus scene episodes. I refused to watch it twice, so thanks for taking one for the team. That was nice. Thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Or super thanks. Kind of the same thing, but it just shows up in the comments under the videos. Okay. Kody, Amber, the original, says, Kody likes fun, happy Meri because spending the past 4 years with a fun, happy Robin. Yep. That's fun, happy Robin. He's going to love Meri. No wonder he had such a good time loading the truck with her because Robin is a stick in the mud. Oh, I know I read this one. She-Ra. Sherry Pasick said by the end of the season, She-Ra is going to need a chiropractor. I shake her so much. Oh, She-Ra. I do have some other thanks to send out too coming up, but I will do that next week. She-Ra has dust in her wig. Went up my nose. Robin always strongly supported the relationship with the other. Oh, this was fun. This was funny because when I read it, I thought, oh, this is a Robin supporter. It's the first. It said Robin always strongly supported his relationship with the other wives. But it goes on. There's one more word. Robin always strongly supported his relationship with the other wives. Money. Capitalized. Oh, good one. Good one. You got me too, because I was like, oh, you think? I don't know. Oh, with their money, yes. Okay, last one here. And this will be apropos if indeed next episode is the ATV accident. Miss Ohm wrote, wonder who Kody Brown has life insurance policies on. Another ATV accident? Really? Keep an eye on that Saul. Yeah. What are the odds? That is very funny. All right. This was great. I'm going to sign off. Good episode. They better give us a really good one if they're waiting 2 weeks to do so, honestly. Good night, sister friends. Signing off. Quote. Oh, Marissa, quote. Gosh, I haven't done quotes in a while. I'm so sorry. where's my head? Quote, quote. I just got another one too. I'll do the one that I just recently put in here. How about, no, that was checked. Where is it? Okay. Oh, it's kind of, I don't want to leave you on a downer. That's okay. We're all going to get together with family and it's going to be Christmas and everything's going to be fine. But like, it was just touching to me. It, it says, the biggest mistake we make in life is thinking that we have time. It's kind of appropriate for Kody Brown too. And he still hasn't learned the lesson, I don't think. We'll see how the season unfolds. But my girlfriend's husband suddenly passed away. He fell down while he was at work and hit his head, and he didn't even make it to the hospital. So she had that posted on her Facebook page. The biggest mistake we make in life is thinking that we have time. So I saved it in my quotes app. So there you go. And it is a good lesson for all of us. So that when you have those relatives come this Christmas, and we all have at least one, kind of is like, not so great to be around. Some of us have relatives that are very similar to Kody and Robin even in our lives. So just think the biggest mistake we have in life is not realizing that what was it? Might not have enough time. The biggest mistake we make in life is thinking that we have time. Yeah. So think about that with all the precious ones that you do have. Don't focus on the negativity. Don't focus on the one that's driving you crazy. Don't focus on the one that talks funny or whatever they do that drives you nuts. Don't focus on the one drunk in the corner making a scene. Focus on the ones that are there and just have fun with the rest of everybody. All right. Good night, everybody. Oh, that's right, Rhonda. You lost your husband too. Good night, everybody. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. I'll see you before the New Year, right? But definitely Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.